Greetings, YouTube. Today I'm going to talk about a Black & Decker 60 lumen LED clip light, and this came with its own sheath, and it came with 3 lenses which fit here, these 3 pockets. You can see the little circles because I actually had them stored in here until a moment ago. And this little rubber band came with the flashlight. I'm not really sure why, but it's decent shape, so I figured I'd keep it around. Maybe find use for it. Okay, so here is the flashlight in question. It is a aluminum body with a plastic covering on it. Deep well with a stippled style reflector inside. Single LED bulb. Single push button, which is recessed, which I happen to really appreciate. Not only does it allow you the option of candling, which is, I think, always useful for a flashlight, because it allows you to do a little bit more general room illumination, but it means that you are less likely to accidentally activate the camera in question. I mean, the flashlight in question. Now, it has a momentary on feature. Boop, boop, boop. Now, the disadvantage of this is that it doesn't take a whole lot of pressure to set that off. And because it's a momentary, it takes a fair amount of inward force to get the switch to actually go to full constant on position. So you come in. Now it is a nice crisp switch, which I appreciate. Now I can hold it like this and do it quite well, or I can hold it in the cigar position. I can do it quite well, but if I'm in this position, I can do the momentary on, but I cannot exert enough force. I cannot get my thumb to push far enough in to activate the switch to be constant on. So I can just do that. So I don't know, maybe your thumbs are more dexterous than mine. Maybe, you know, maybe my thumbs are abnormal in that regard. But that could be an issue for some people. Now everyone's going to notice that there is a rather large clip on here, and it's very well constructed. Let me make no mistake about that. It's very well done. It's good quality. It's solidly built. Interestingly, there are these little grooves in the inside, so it was designed to slide in on and off materials a little more easily, say in a pocket or of a shirt or a pants or a jacket. This would be an appropriate fit for like, you know, like an outside sleeve pocket and a lot of work coats and have those kind of things. This would fit there well, I think. There are O-rings in this, rubber O-rings, which is a nice touch, which means that I would consider it to be splashable, you know, weatherproof, the kind of thing you could use in the rain, though I wouldn't want to necessarily have it completely and utterly soaked. Now, as I said, it has lenses. Now, the most common one you're ever going to want to use is going to be the red, because the red gives you a nice red glow, and it's useful because it's not going to blow your night vision inside a car. Now, and it fits in tight enough that there is no bleed, so that you're not getting any white light bleeding out of that. Now, one interesting thing here I noticed. Take this off. I don't know if you can see this. There you go. The beam is actually hexagon shaped because of the shape of the this tip. So I thought that was interesting, and it has absolutely no effect whatsoever on the flashlight's utility, but I thought it was kind of interesting. It has a nice flood. There are no artifacts in the beam, and it's got decent throw. It isn't, you know, this is a 2 AA battery flashlight, which makes nice because, you know, AA batteries are the most ubiquitous batteries in the world, probably. But it's, you know, it's not going to be able to like illuminate your entire driveway, but quite useful for your, you know, personal tasks or searching for something on the ground, things like that. General utility. Now, I have to admit, I'm not 100% sure what the green and blue caps are useful for. Okay, so if someone out there can tell me what those particular colors are useful for, I would really appreciate it, because the only color I can see of a great utility is the red, for being used inside of a plane or inside of a car, so you're not destroying your night vision to look at a map or searching for something on the floor or something like that. I actually had a problem with that once. I gave a friend of mine a flashlight, and he loved the flashlight, but it was so bright and white that when he was checking the undercarriage on his plane, that it would completely blow his night vision. It was too bright. So he actually kept it at home for home use. He felt that the disadvantage to him as a pilot was too great. And I can understand that. I mean, I don't want somebody putting their life at risk because they don't have night vision at the moment. Oh, and some of you may notice that I am using a different background. I'm trying this table out, see if I like it or not. It has a nice even, light gray, creamy kind of color. So maybe it'll pop things a little better against this background. We're going to find out. See if I like it. It also gives me a slightly larger work surface to play with. So overall, this Black & Decker model, and it's what does it say? Powered by Rayovac. 6-hour battery runtime. Gives you the 3 lenses. Anything else on here of import? It says 60 lumen, 6 hours, 1 meter drop safety, 47 meter beam length. I think 47 meter beam length may be like you can tell that you're shining a flashlight at 47 meters. I'm not sure you're going to get a lot of useful light at 47 meters, but that's just me. Oh, and as a side note, getting this package open was a nightmare. People have just got to design these things better. They're just really, really too difficult. And there is, however, a lifetime warranty. So if you get this Black & Decker and you have a problem with it, you're supposedly going to have a lifetime warranty. Now, the only disadvantage of this clip, I got to admit, is it's kind of big. That's a big, bloody clip. Now, one thing I did notice, I play with the gear that I buy. It sits on my desk, and I'll play with it for like a few days. It's like trying to figure out how it fits and feels in your hand and things like that. I noticed something. That when you hold it like this, that clip kind of locks it in your palm. Now, under normal circumstances, that isn't going to be much of utility or a detriment. It's just a thing. However, this thing is longer than my hand. So I think that you could actually use this thing as a credible Kubotan. Now, I am not trained in martial arts. I am not advocating that anyone use a device that they're not trained in using. However, if you find yourself in a situation where you have to hit another person, hitting another person with an object is superior to hitting another person with your body, your hand. So this would allow you to hold this firmly, and you're not going to have to worry about it popping out of your hand in that direction because, it's wet or slippery, because that clip is really locking it into your hand firmly. So you would be able to really swing this thing and get some energy behind it. And again, I'm not telling people to do that unless they absolutely have to, but push comes to shove, I would rather hit someone with this end than with my fist. So it just occurred to me, that could make a decent Kubotan. And there are people out there who seek objects that can be used as Kubotans. There are tactical pens out there. I know, I've owned one before, though I no longer carry it. So overall, I think that this particular Black & Decker model is quite nice. Now, I got it at a discount place, which means it may no longer be in production, so I'm not positive on that. So if you like this model, you may want to go out there and see if it's still available, or maybe just the place I bought it from was no longer carrying it. Sort of stores do that. They cycle through products. So overall, a solid design, and I think that it would be useful to anyone who has a general light to medium duty flashlight requirements.